Hello and welcome to another reaction video. This one is Tim Dillon, Ultimate Moments in Podcasts. Leave a like on the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. And leave a recommendation down below in the comments. Let's get into it.
$1,000, like hurt myself in boxing in the morning and like sick, and I'm just like, fuck, nothing's going right. I'm always like, someone somewhere has it so much worse.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, lots of people,
you know, so like I
have it.
that's what
Yeah, I'm assuming most of us have it worse than Logan Paul.
And have it worse.
Tim
has it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm right here. So entire hemispheres have it worse. I love how you're like, someone like he wakes up wherever he is in Beverly Hills. He's like, there's got to be someone out there who's having a bad day today, like I'm having a bad day.
It was over when I was in a diner. In the
Right
same
here.
diner, I said to the waiter, I said, "Hey, my order at the diner is always mozzarella sticks. Also, I'd like a grilled cheese with turkey because I'm turning over a new leaf."
And then I asked the waitress, "Where's the closest Carvel?"
Yeah, grilled cheese with turkey and tomato. I'm turning over a new leaf. I didn't say bacon. I said turkey. Now let me ask you a question: if bacon goes in a sandwich with the turkey, coleslaw, French fries, lightly cooked, but don't burn them. Don't give me the excuse that people aren't paying attention in there. So. And so I said to the waiter, he goes, "What do you guys do?" I said, "I do mortgages." He goes, "What a coincidence. I do mortgages." And then the guy that was handing me my mozzarella sticks took out a card from his top pocket and put it on the diner table. I don't know what bird that is in the back, but I'm going to go out and I'm going to fuck it to death after this. Birds never...
thousands of dollars, like hurt myself in boxing in the morning and like sick, and I'm just like, fuck, nothing's going right. I'm always...
Did I seriously do that? What happened?
I'm going to fuck it to death after this. Birds never get raped.
Every night, this bird.
Birds are never raped.
What? What the hell?
You know, it was not, you know, my parents, they didn't know we were doing this. They thought we were like walking around. My parents are boomers, and with all due respect, you know, no generation has cared less about their children than boom. They just
should probably censor
raising
that
us
word
wasn't part
previously,
of the
but
thing. For most of the boomer generation, they just didn't. They would go, "Here's some Wendy's. Now go get molested." They didn't really. That's just what it was. They didn't really concern themselves. They,
Fuck,
I don't know.
He's Swedish. He wrote "I Want It That Way" and all those songs.
okay.
And he said that this is a time probably that you won't see any genius because the turnaround is so quick.
That nobody's getting.
And
I beg to differ.
oh, Anders Carlson, that's him. And
I beg to differ. I think Post Malone is a straight up genius.
Okay,
A lot of
let's-
people around him.
I don't
say
think he's
that
a
too.
genius, but I think he's
That's
good.
a genius. He is very talented.
Musically, they say, especially people in the business, like as fast as he can write a song.
he's definitely talented. I love Post Malone. Cool guy. He's got great songs. Although, you know, a lot of them are kind of slower paced, so it's not really like drive music. But yeah, he's incredible.
And how talented he is on the keyboard.
Sure, he
and
might be
guitar.
really good and facile, but I
Those
don't know
face tattoos,
that those. I don't know if those songs are gonna last.
This is what all old
Yikes.
people say. You know what I'm saying? They're
Have
like,
you
yo,
seen the
back
new
in the
video,
day, like Ed Sheeran's a
No, but-
fucking
yeah.
monster.
No, he is. That's
Yeah,
true.
literally, he's
It's
a
not that
monster.
there
He's a
is-
literal monster from.
No, he looks like he lives under a
Literal
bridge.
troll. This is what I love about this is, and you'll understand this because you've been in the business for a long time. Like Ed Sheeran's a guy that fucks everybody up who just goes, "Well, yeah, man, you just got to be hot. You just got to be hot and you'll succeed."
Yeah.
And then you see that bridge troll selling out arenas, and you're like, "Oh, nothing means anything. Everything's chaos. I don't even know
Yeah,
why."
yeah. Well, he's
Like,
good. He's legitimately
He's good, but it's like it would make you feel better if he looked like Shawn Mendes, so you could go, "Well, of course."
Yeah.
But then you look at this guy, you're like, "Oh, I guess anyone can succeed." Literally anyone. I mean, he looks like a Make-A-Wish kid who didn't die and just grew out the hair.
And
His
throughout
eyes
there.
are crazy.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
crazy.
Oh my
most
God.
successful tour of all time.
Better than you two by 40 million.
Beat you two, yeah, by
Jesus.
40
I just take your facts, I put them right
dude.
back. I'm
Yeah,
so good at that.
You're good.
That's
yeah.
Take Carnival, it's very bad. We've taken it
Oh
twice.
my
It was
God.
horrible times.
Oh, they just
Norwegian's
cruise.
good.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're cruise people.
I mean, just the lowest caliber of human being to have ever drawn a breath.
I've never been on a cruise.
Restaurant, 10,
Lowest caliber
8,
human being.
appetizers, 10 entrees. I have those numbers are kind of.
I wanna go on a
maybe
cruise,
one or
I
two
think.
either way.
Once.
Seasonal New American steaky seafood.
See if I like
Killer
it.
steak on a menu. Killer seafood. Really good.
You have a little
Inspired by my
tiramisu?
life.
Little tiramisu or
Nah, we don't have. We were not gonna have donkey food.
Now at the beginning, are
little
you gonna have to
creme
wait to come by?
brulee.
Here in Arizona, which is the worst state in the union by far. There is no comparison. There is nothing worse than Arizona. Arizona is it is an absolute. I mean, it has no redeeming qualities. It is a hot, arid desert
Can't
landscape.
say I've been to Arizona yet.
With some of the trashiest, least intelligent human beings
Oh my God.
to have ever, graced the fucking, planet here. It is bad. There are some hot people. There's some probably big OnlyFans accounts. There's some aspiring porn stars.
Big OnlyFans
There's a few
accounts.
guys that's probably fun to get into a Ponzi scheme with in Scottsdale. There's a few people that own houseboats on Lake Havasu that is
The only thing about Arizona I know of is Arizona State used to be a party school. Maybe it still is, where like 60% of the student body was female. So all the guys getting out of high school were just like, oh my God, I'm going to go to ASU, man. I'm going to go to ASU. the odds are so good.
probably fun. It's a great place to be when you're 23 and you're trying to fuck.
I haven't looked
or
at the
whatever. I don't
demographics.
know, but
I'm
I mean,
sure
get me
it's
out
changed
of here.
since then.
Get me out of here.
Too
I've
many
had
guys
fun. The
showed up
shows are
like,
fun.
where are the
crowds
chicks
are
at?
fun. But the crowds they also feel like it's like, you gotta, if you lose them for a minute, God only knows what happens here. God only knows what. People are just screaming. People are yelling and screaming. It is truly an embarrassment, the state of Arizona. There's just no other way to put it. The owner of the club was
Damn,
like,
man.
I'm staying in this place, Peoria. The owner of the club's
He's going
like,
in
you're
on
staying
Arizona
in
right
Peoria.
now.
What are you doing? And I'm like, buddy, the whole fucking state should be firebombed. What are you, out of your fucking mind? You think you have an estate in the Pacific Palisades? It's you're on the surface of Mars here, and everybody's a retard. So what does it fucking matter where I am? The whole place is shit. It's irredeemable. One of your best restaurants in Phoenix has fried bread. It's called the Fry Bread House. And they take refried beans and put it on fry bread.
Isn't the weather like firebombing it already? Like, it's super hot there. Super hot.
I've really had it with the West. I really have. The country's shot. I drove from Utah to fucking Arizona. I'm sick of the red clay canyons and here's the general store. I'm sick of that hokey horse shit, frontier town crap. It's
Route
enough already.
66.
Grow the fuck up. I'm sick of it. Give it back to the Indians. Give it back to them, the Native Americans. My apologies. The country's shot. It's disgusting. The Grand Canyon. We passed that. Looks the same as it did when I was a kid. It's disgusting. Do something else.
I should have done that when I was in
it's just
Vegas.
enough already
Go see
with
the
these.
Grand Canyon.
And of course, I'm with this 24-year-old who's opening for me, who I love, but he's an idiot. So, I mean, he's like, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it nice? You stop. It's not nice, and it's not beautiful. Civilization is beautiful. People working is beautiful, not rock formations. Get out of the national parks, please.
Hey, I
You know
like
what's beautiful? Families, progress. That's beautiful. Not a red clay rock formation that looks like somewhere aliens land and face fuck you.
Somebody it's fun to be around.
Yeah.
A little more
Wondered where he was
intellect,
going with that.
A little
Yeah,
more,
well-
a little more cerebral, a little spelling and grammar come together, and ideas flow.
I appreciate that.
Tim Dillon, thank you very much for
No,
coming.
thank you for having me. And R.I.P. Bert to Corona.
Yep.
That was
That was tough.
it was not unexpected. But
I will get your graphic
yeah.
up real soon.
yes,
I promise.
it was very swift justice.
It was,
that the
yeah.
COVID
Yeah.
really
You can't just
delivered.
abuse booze
Bird is still alive, by the way.
in your body like that for
Yeah.
decades and expect no repercussions.
Barely.
Yeah, COVID got in and it didn't leave. So we're sad. But, listen, he leaves a beautiful
I wore this
legacy.
for you today, by the way.
I love the USA.
USA.
And it is where we live.
It's where we live.
Good.
And when I think of USA, a lot of times, a few
Yeah.
moments later, I think of Tim Dillon.
Well, as you should.
Yeah.
As you
Wow.
should. I got
know
a polo
you got
on.
and it's red and blue.
Well, this is the Ralph Lauren is the only reputable clothing company that makes clothes for bigger gentlemen.
Yep.
This is really what it is.
Please.
And it's American royalty,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I try to exude.
It's really kind of, I mean, did you accept it? Like, I'll even sometimes I'll go flog myself.
I mean, at this point, it
Right.
basically is American royalty. It always does the Olympic opening ceremony and closing ceremony clothes. Polo is like everything.
Going to a mall
Yeah.
and seeing clothes that looks attractive that I like.
Yeah.
To go in there just to be like, so do you have anything?
I guess
bigger?
it's
And
the
they're like,
American
"Oh, no,
Gucci
no."
in a way.
Or they'll say, this might fit you, and I'll put it on and look in the mirror, and I'll be like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, this is embarrassing.
I can squeeze into jeans.
Mhm.
Like I can squeeze into lucky jeans or something,
Yeah.
especially the ones that are a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah.
But the shirt game
Shirt game's
and the
rough.
shoulder game. I mean, all of these designer clothes are made for European, French.
That's true.
Small, cut,
Soft men.
Cowards.
Yeah.
Soft
and
men.
those people are dressed, and as when I go to Boa Steakhouse in West Hollywood and I see all these the young
Yeah.
model bullshit, they all have these. The cut is just very slender,
Yep.
very slim.
Hugo Boss doesn't make shit for us, dude.
No.
Nothing.
So, but I'm happy with Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph does a
I,
good
I
job.
throw down with Ralph.
Yeah,
I wish he'd throw me a couple of bucks because I've been doing, but I don't know that I'm what Ralph wants out there. That's the other problem. Is
You
like
don't think so?
I don't know if my picture is up in a room at Ralph Lauren, and they're
I don't
going,
think
this
so,
is,
Tim.
We want a guy in a DXL store in Palm Desert. Trying on shirts and asking how much they'll shrink. That's not what we want. But guess what, Ralph Lauren? That's what you've got.
You got it.
That's what you've got, truly. And in the lower middle class. She's fuck her way into a little Levitt house in Long Island. Good woman.
Oh my God, bro! You gotta play Santa more often, dude. I would love to watch the small black kids attack you. Right
They just roasted me. They were brutal. And here's the other thing: I wasn't just Santa. I was selling Obamacare. Because the thing was that it was a healthcare truck.
Oh, Santa's got a fucking gimmick.
And you would have to get them with they'd be like, oh, there's Santa. And then you get the kids in, then you grab their parents and be like.
That's called a bait and switch.
It's a bait and switch big time. Then you grab their parents and be like, listen, you're going to have a high deductible, but it doesn't matter. Just declare bankruptcy. You don't have to give them a fake name anymore. And you'd have to explain to the kids, this is a present that you're not going to realize the importance of now.
Yeah.
So it was a dark time. I had fun with it though. You have fun with it. I was younger. I was doing comedy.
My life's shitty. Your life's been a real piece of shit.
It's been something. Okay. I never slept in a ball pit, but I'm not against it. Like I'm not opposed to sleeping in a ball pit.
But still.
That job because I was like, I gotta get out of the sales world, which I'd been in since I was 22, 21 really. I had been in sales, and then I left it when I was like 28. I just on and off, just mortgages and then copiers.
I could never
always
do
been in
sales.
And then the only job I saw guys that
My thing with sales is I don't like being sold to, so I don't know if I would be the most effective salesman. Because as soon as I got the first no, I would be out the door or hanging up the phone. I would just be like, oh, you don't need it? Okay, goodbye. Have a good one. That would not last long. I think I would get fired before I just left. But
on a tour bus and they were just yelling at
If you're good at
tourists on a
sales,
bus
kudos.
that was going through Times Square, and now he's like, well, that guy
Make a
can't
lot of
have
money
a
in
boss. There can't be any background check to do that job. These tour guides in New York, they were lunatics, these people, One woman, I swear to God, would just go on and talk about a knee operation. And the people in there were trying to learn about the Empire State Building. She would hear it. She'd go, I've had 9 operations on the same foot. People would.
Could you imagine?
But people would tip her at the end. It was like she was an animal, but people felt bad for her, so they filled the tip cup up at the end. So I was like, oh, these people are also in their own way con artists, degenerates, marginalized.
If you look out the left side of the bus, you'll see a beautiful monument about a historical figure in the area. And also, did I mention I have a disease?
Figures from society. Some of them thought they were historians. Some of them
Don't forget to tip your drivers.
They were all full of shit. These guys, They barely knew anything. I was just like, I'll go up there and my whole goal was like, I'll make everybody laugh. So I would, pass a building and be like, what the fuck's going on in there? I'm like, I was like,
What were you making doing that?
15 an hour. 15 an hour, but checks, so that's bad. So 40-hour work weeks, I never left with a check over $350. Okay? But cash tips every day of either no money when I was lazy and didn't want to give the tour, and a Russian woman punched me in the stomach once. Because we were sitting on the thing. It was first of all the Russians are poor. They come in January, February. They have no fucking money. They're poor. They come the coldest time of the year, and you'd have to do a tour for one Russian couple. And the thing with Russians is they have beautiful blue eyes.
I would think coming over to New York or New Jersey in the winter from Russia would almost be like a heat wave for them. Because Russia's so cold.
It's like Huskies, but they have
winters
no souls. So when you see, because they have 100 years of atheism, so they have no soul. So there's not, so when you look in their face, you see there's nothing there. So I just sat on the bus, and this Russian woman said to me, she goes, "You give tour, you fat fuck." I said, "Listen to the automated tour." I said, "I'm not doing it today. You're the only people on the bus." She goes, I pay money, you give tour. You give tour. And I said, no. Because I could put it on the automated when I was being lazy. And the automated would be like, and the automated was supposed to be hooked up with a GPS, but it was never where it should be. So we'd be by Central Park, and they'd be like, "You are seeing the 9/11 memorial." And everybody would look out, like, "Where's 9/11?" They had no idea because the GPS. These companies don't care because these buses, there's no repeat business.
Right.
You just, you bang them.
Yeah,
Bill
that's
Burr
true.
has a great thing where he talks about the guys who sell tickets to these buses. They're all Africans and Haitians, and they all have deep machete scars in their faces. They make $8 or $9 grand a month, and they send that all back to Africa. I think Burr, I haven't heard of it, but Burr, somebody told me that Burr.
Sugar Daddy 665109 just followed me on Instagram. Can we get rid of these bots? Like, what is going on here? Why are these bots all over everything? God damn. Ugh.
He talks about it on a podcast and does a bit about it, but they're aggressive salesmen. They'll fight each other in the street, and then once the tickets are sold, it's over. You're not going to complain about this. What, are you going to go find the office and complain?
I mean,
it's a good point.
Good afternoon. This is Sonic Dripping Springs. How may I help you?
Yeah, are you guys hiring right now?
We actually are, sir. How you doing?
Good. What would this starting salary be there?
The starting salary, sir, we pay by the hour, but depending on the position that you want, and then we can see about salary.
What would it be for an hour of work, would you say?
Yes, sir. How much would it be for an hour of work? Depends what you do, sir. If you're a cook, it's what? It'll be 11 for a cook.
Okay, 11 for a cook. What about like a cashier?
$11 an hour for a cook?
We.
What's brutal is you don't get tips for, I guess this is Sonic. You don't get tips for being a cook. You can get tips if you're, taking food out to people. And doesn't Sonic do rollerblades or something like that? It might have used to, but maybe it still does. Does like the car hop or whatever.
As a cashier. Car hops are $5 an hour because they get tips.
Oh, do you get a lot of tips?
They got a good amount of tips, but it's just, yeah. They
$5 an hour. Oh my God. You better be making a lot of tips to make up for that. Oh my God. Can you imagine being in a Sonic, being a car hop in like a area where not many people go to Sonic? Oh God. You're better off being a cook.
So it's under minimum wage. It's $5 an hour, and then you get tips.
That's wild.
Yes, sir.
Is it a fun place to work? Like, can I take some food home for myself?
I can't believe he's talking to this guy.
Okay, so I could eat every day at Sonic if I wanted to.
Yeah, he's got pretty much you could have.
Yeah,
you drink any drink you want.
Any drink I want. Okay, so it's $5 an hour, but I could drink all the soda I want.
Yeah.
Okay, and eat any food. Can I make myself
There
an
you
ice
go.
cream every now and then?
Yeah, of course. Yes, sir.
It's not a bad deal. $5 an hour, tips. Do they really give you? They'll give you tips.
Look at
and
the
I can eat all
producer
the,
just dying laughing.
soda and burgers I want, and make myself an ice cream.
I mean, you can make yourself an ice cream, and then maybe one day you'll be able to make yourself an ice cream, and then another day you'll be able to eat some food, and then another day.
I get it. So you don't want to abuse it, but every now and then you could get something different.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you have one day's ice cream, and then the next day you can sneak a burger.
Oh my God.
And maybe I could sneak some French fries on the third day.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it, man. I'll head down there and I'll apply.
Yes, sir. But cooks do get paid $11 an hour, and we are in need of cooks.
So you're in need of cooks, and do I have to be good at cooking?
No, sir, not at all.
Not really.
No,
you learn.
You don't need any experience for this. You just gotta be having the willingness to learn.
And how much food can
That's
the
fair.
cooks take? I would probably a good amount.
I mean, it's not like you're not back there doing like French kitchen, French laundry in like San Francisco and stuff. It's not like gourmet. You're just flipping burger patties or, whatever.
What was that, sir?
Like
Simple
the
enough.
cooks can take a good amount of food, right?
Yeah, we cook about on the weekends like from $1,000 to $2,000 worth of food and
Burger for them, burger for me. Burger for them, burger for me.
we're doing lunch, and that's on the
Right, because
weekends.
I have a family, and it's very hard to get them food. So if I wanted to, I could maybe take 2 little burgers for my children.
Yeah, so that'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, because they're babies, but they do like burgers. We're getting them.
Yeah.
We're getting them started early.
Yeah,
1 years old.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, brother. I appreciate it.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir. You have a good day.
Thank you. What's the problem? I mean, what is the fucking problem here? You're allowed to eat and drink all the soda you want and eat all the Sonic you want. But you got to do it in a smart way. It's like one day you make yourself the ice cream, the next day you get, and it's $5 an hour. What's wrong with that? It's $5 an hour to work at. Now do the math on that. $5 times 40, it's $800 a week, right?
5 times 40.
It's $800 a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Or
it's 200 a week. I'm an idiot.
So then $800 a month.
It's $800 a month is what I mean.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
$800 a month. So what's the And now, what is that? It's under 12 grand a year. It's 11 grand a year.
Yeah,
Good
so
Lord.
that
But
would
then
be-
you get the tips. But the folks, you get the tips. Now you know me. When I go to Sonic, I didn't even know you could tip, or we're supposed to. We've gone to Sonic. There's literally nothing that would suggest that I tip at Sonic. Not.
Car hops. I mean, car hops you always tip. That's just implied. Because they're not, at a restaurant. They're actually bringing it outside to you. I've been to a couple car hops. I've been to Sonic, obviously. But I've also been to A&W, like an old school one, where they had a car hop and stuff. And my mom actually worked at one in high school. So, she worked in the food industry for a couple of years at least. And she's always adamant about good tips when it's necessary. She won't tip as much if the service is bad, but she still tips. So that's kind of rubbed off on me a little bit.
A sign. I don't, but I imagine that because you're making $9,600 a year, but free, you could drink anything you want, any soda you want. One day you get an ice cream, next day you get French fries. Not a bad deal. If
you
you were
take a
like
burger
me and my
home for the
hypothetical,
babies.
and I had 2 little babies that wanted burgers, if I was a chef, I could bring the little burger home to the babies. Again, it's not a big
That's
deal.
so
you
ridiculous.
make $9,600 for the year. Now this is fair. You make $9,600 for the year, but tips. Now, what do you think they make in tips there? $20,000, $25,000 in Sonic tips.
No.
What do you think they make in tips a day?
Honestly, $25.
A day.
Yeah, probably a day.
So then how many
Yeah.
days would you imagine they work?
$20, $25.
Probably 4.
4 to 5 days. So let's say 5 times 25 is what?
I don't know if
5
people
times
know you
25
have to
would be
tip.
125.
Okay, and so 125, and then how many weeks? Let's say they work 45. Let's say they work 50.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. The Sonic call at the end was very funny. Man, that Logan Paul one was funny too. That dude is just hilarious. Hilarious. He is killing it right now. God, every video I've reacted to on here is just funny. Very funny. Very smart. And somewhat edgy, like on the line of edge. And just very poignant. Good Lord. But thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a recommendation down below in the comments if you have something to recommend. And I will react to it. I will see you on the next one.